The Xhosa Wars. The Xhosa Wars, also known as the Cape Frontier Wars or the Kafir Wars, were a series of 9 wars that lasted 100 years from 1779 to 1879 between the Xhosa Kingdom, or in what is now the Eastern Cape in South Africa, against the English Empire and the Trekboers. These events were the longest running military action in the history of the European colonization of Africa. The conflicts between the European and the Xhosa were characterized by a delicate balance of tension. These conflicts were not only between the Europeans and Xhosa, but also involved various European factions, the Empire administration, and colonial governments. Furthermore, tensions within the Xhosa kingdom, such as rivalry between chiefs, also played a significant role. In many instances, these internal tensions provided opportunities for Europeans to interfere with Xhosa politics. One notable example of this was the rivalry between chiefs in Ngqika and Ndlame. The conflicts between Xhosa and the British resulted in intensified media coverage in the metropolitan British press during the 19th century. This coverage extensively reported on events and struggles of the conflict, thereby increasing the demand for information among the British public. The media coverage offered a platform for the British to understand their country's far-off colonial conflicts and their implications. Moreover, the media outlets highlighted the narratives of the British soldiers and their bravery in the war. The background. The first European colonial settlement in modern-day South Africa was established by the Dutch East India Company in 1652 at Cape Town. Originally, a small supply station meant for resupplying their merchant ships en route to and from the East Indies and Japan. The settlement quickly grew as more Dutch, German, Huguenot and Irish immigrants arrived. This led to the expansion of the settler colony, which in turn resulted in colonial expansion into the valleys and the Khoi Dutch wars between encroaching Trekboers and the Kuku. During the second half of the 18th century, European colonists began to expand eastward and came into contact with the Xhosa people in the region near the Great Fish River. The Xhosa were already living in the area and raising cattle, which caused conflicts between them and the colonists. These tensions ultimately led to the Cape Frontier Wars, which lasted for over a century. The Dutch East India Company had established the Great Fish River as the eastern boundary of the colony in 1779, but many settlers ignored this and continued to encroach on Xhosa territory. Early conflicts. First War. From 1779 to 1781. The First Frontier War started in 1779 between the Boer frontiersmen and the Xhosa people. The conflict began due to accusations of cattle theft by Xhosa. In November 1780, Cape Governor Baron van Plettenberg declared the Great Fish River was to be the eastern border of the Cape Colony, despite the fact that many Xhosa polities were already established west of the river. No negotiations took place with the Xhosa prior to the decision being made. Subsequently, Adrian van Jaarsveld was appointed to lead commandos to force the Xhosa to move east of the river. This led to several attacks, with Xhosa polities being forced out of the area. The Imidange refused to move, and discussions were held between Jalamba and van Jaarsveld. At the arranged meeting, he scattered large amounts of tobacco around, which distracted the Xhosa people. During this distraction, van Jaarsveld and his gunmen shot at the Xhosa people. This led to a death toll of up to 200 people. After the meeting, the van Jaarsveld commandos attacked and looted the cattle of multiple other chiefdoms in the region. As a result, many of the Xhosa population became dispersed. Van Jaarsveld disbanded his commandos on July 19th of 1781, believing he had expelled the Xhosa from the area. However, many of them were able to move back into the region soon after. Second War, 1789 to 1793. The Second Xhosa War, which took place between 1789 and 1793, was marked by a larger territory and more significant impact on the affected regions. The conflict began when the Gonukwebe clans of the Xhosa started moving back into the Zierveld, a district situated between the Great Fish and Sunday rivers. In response, some frontiersmen, led by Barend Lindeke, joined forces with Ndlambe, the regent of the Western Xhosas, to repel the Gonukwebe. This sparked panic among the settlers, leading to the abandonment of farms and other properties. The Third War, from 1779 to 1803. The Third Cape Frontier War began in January 1799, when the Xhosa rebels rose up against the Dutch settlers in the Zierveld area. The rebellion was crushed by General T.P. van der Leer, but discontented Khoi also joined forces with the Xhosa and began attacking farms occupied by Europeans and Dutch settlers. The skirmishes continued for several months, reaching Oudtshoorn by July 1799, and commandos from Graafrenet and Swellendam were dispatched to fight them. In 1801, another Graafrenet rebellion broke out, leading to further Khoi desertions and farm abandonments. The commandos were unable to achieve any significant result, and peace was arranged in February 1803, leaving the Xhosas still in the Big Zierveld. Start of the British involvement. The Fourth War, from 1811 to 1812. The Fourth War was the first battle that occurred during British rule in the Zierveld, which acted as a buffer zone between the Cape Colony and the Xhosa territory. In 1811, the Xhosa occupied the area, resulting in conflicts with encroaching settlers. Colonel John Graham led an expeditionary force that successfully drove the Xhosa beyond the Fish River, an effort that the first governor of the Cape Colony, Lieutenant Colonel John Cradock, characterized as requiring no more bloodshed than necessary. Following the Fifth War, about 4,000 1820 settlers settled on the Fish River, leading to the rise of Grahamstown, in the location of Colonel Graham's headquarters. The Fifth War, 1818 to 1819. The Fifth Frontier War, which was also referred to as the War of Ngqele, was a conflict that was sparked by a dispute over cattle restitution. The Cape Colony government had issued a judgment in 1817 regarding stolen cattle, which led to tensions between the Xhosa and the colonial authorities. Additionally, a civil war between the Ngqika royal clan of the Rahabe Xhosa and the Galeka Xhosa, those had remained in their homeland, erupted over a matter of ducks and geese overcrowding their area. As per the Cape Colony Ngqika Defense Treaty, the military was obliged to provide assistance upon the Ngqika's request. The conflict began in 1818, lasted for several years, resulting in significant casualties on both sides. During the 19th century, the British colonial authorities in South Africa pushed the Xhosa people further east beyond the Fish River to the Kiskama River, creating an empty territory that was designated as a buffer zone for loyal African settlers. This territory, known as the Ceded Territories, was off limits for military occupation by either side. In 1820, the Albany district was established on the Cape side of the Fish River and populated with around 5,000 settlers. The Grahamstown battle site, where many Xhosa were killed, is still referred to as Egazini, a place of blood. In 2001, a monument was erected there to honor the fallen Xhosa. Battle of Amalinde. The Battle of Amalinde took place during the Fifth Frontier War in 1818 between the people of King Ngqika Mlawu and his uncle Ndlambe over issues including land ownership. King Ngqika appointed his eldest son Makoma and renowned warrior Jinki to lead the fight. Despite Makoma's lack of experience in battle, the battle lasted from midday to the evening and resulted in Ngqika's defeat, with an estimated loss of 500 men. This battle is considered one of the most historical battles in southern Africa due to its significance in the context of long-running conflict between the Xhosa people and the British colonizers. The Sixth War, 1834 to 1836. Despite the earlier Xhosa wars, tensions between the British and the Xhosa peoples persisted along the Cape's eastern border at the Kiskama River. The Xhosa people remained expelled from the territory, including the Ceded Territories that had been settled by Europeans and other African groups. They also faced other territorial expansions from neighboring African groups, which were under pressure from the Zulu kingdom. As a result, the frontier region saw increasing admixture between Europeans, Khoi, and the Xhosa people living and trading throughout the area. The Cape government's vacillation upon policy regarding the return of the Xhosa to previously inhabited lands frustrated the Xhosa people, who resorted to frontier cattle raiding as a means of providing for themselves. Outbreak. In response to the Xhosa cattle raids, the Cape government and settlers faced significant challenges. Some Cape responses were violent and had severe consequences. A notable case occurred on the 11th of December 1834 when a government commando party killed a high-ranking Xhosa chief. This action incensed the Xhosa, who launched a massive retaliatory raid led by Makoma, the brother of the slain chief. The army of 10,000 Xhosa soldiers crossed the frontier into the Cape Colony, pillaged and burned homesteads, and killed anyone who opposed them. The Cut River Valley, where a colony of freed Khoikhoi had been settled by the British authorities, was among the worst affected. Refugees sought shelter in Grahamstown, where the church provided safety for women and children. The British campaign. In response to the Xhosa cattle killing movement of 1856 and 1857, the Boer commandos mobilized under Piet Retief and inflicted a defeat on the Xhosa in the Winterberg Mountains in the north. Burger and Khoi commandos and the British Imperial troops mobilized to launch a retaliatory campaign led by Colonel Sir Harry Smith, combined